XLOOKUP is one of the most powerful formulas in all of Google Sheets, but people are often underutilizing it. That's because they use it in their basic form. So in this video, I'm going to show you a few advanced XLOOKUP formulas that everybody should know as they progress their career. I'm going to start with kind of more intermediate and go to super advanced. And the complexity will increase from the first formula to the last formula, but don't worry, they're all super approachable, and I'll explain how they work as they go. And if you don't know XLOOKUP, make sure to go to my YouTube channel and watch the XLOOKUP video. I have several of those. For the formulas, let me show you which ones we're going to build. The first one is we're going to have a single lookup. So for example, Arthur Finch, and we're going to return every single result based off of that one selection. So if I update it, all the results will be based off of that one selection. The next one, we're going to do the same thing, but the only difference is instead of having all results, we're only going to select certain columns that we want to include. For the next one, we're going to create a nested XLOOKUP formula where we can select a different associate. So we'll say Celeste North, and we'll select a different quarter, Q2, and it will tell us exactly where those two intersect. So if you're still using index and match for this, this is way easier. And for the last one, we're going to have a two-way lookup. So typically with XLOOKUP, it will go search from the top down or the bottom up. And the first time it hits that value, then it will stop and return that. So if we do 1 for north or 1 for Q1, it would show right here, but we don't have the ability to access anything below. So a two-way lookup is a workaround for that. So I could select east, for example, and Q3. And even though there's east above it or Q3 above it, it's going to look up where Q3 and east are both present and return that value right there. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and let's dive in. All right, so for the multiple results with XLOOKUP, this one's pretty simple. All we're going to do is type in equals XLOOKUP. We'll select the search key, which will be our dropdown. Put a comma. We'll select all the different associates. Put a comma, and then we're going to select all of the different options that they could be. And once I press enter, you'll see that every single option that's correlated with that associate is going to be present. And if we update it right here, so let's say Barnaby Moss, it will update to show every single option for Barnaby Moss. Now, if we don't want to have every single column, we only want to have specific columns, it's pretty much the same thing with one slight edit. So we'll type equals XLOOKUP, select the associate, we'll select all the different associates, and now this time we're going to put choose cols, which allows us to choose the columns. We'll put open parentheses, we'll select the entire array just like we did last time, but this time we're going to put the column number of which ones we want to return. So in this case, I want Q1 and Q3. So I'll put 1, 3, and that's because this is the first column of that range and the third column of that range. I'll close parentheses and press enter. So now we have both Q1 and Q3 based off of that one singular formula. So Caspian Rivers, we have 19,754. And for Q3, 13,060. And just like last time, if we were to update this to a different person, so say Damian Steele, it will show Damian Steele's Q1 and Damian Steele's Q3. Now for nested XLOOKUP formula, if you've ever used index match, it's essentially the same thing. Essentially all we're doing is looking up a row and we're looking up a column and we're finding where those 2 points intersect. So we're going to type equals XLOOKUP. We'll select the associate dropdown, put a comma, then we'll select all of the different associates. Then we'll put a comma. So one thing that people don't often connect is you can actually do another formula as the result range. You don't have to actually just have a fixed column. So we're going to type in XLOOKUP again. And instead of doing a vertical lookup like we're doing right here, we're going to do a horizontal lookup. And XLOOKUP is very dynamic, so it can do both vertical and it can do horizontal without any problem. So we're going to select the quarter dropdown, put a comma, select all of the different headers, put a comma, and then we're going to select all of the different options that it can be. And when I press enter, it'll give me the intersection of these two values. So if I were to say Ignatius Slate and Q1, if I go to Ignatius Slate, Q1, it shows me exactly what I need. So honestly, VLOOKUP, index match, all that is dead. XLOOKUP replaces everything. And then for the last formula, this is a double condition XLOOKUP formula. And you can do as many conditions as you want. So if you need to have 4, 3, whatever, as long as it makes sense for you and for your use case, that's all you need. So what we're going to do here is we're going to type in equals XLOOKUP. We are going to put 1. And the reason why we're putting 1 is because 1 in spreadsheet language is equal to true. 1 is true, 0 is false. So if we're saying 1, then we're looking up when any value is true. And this will make sense in a second. We'll put a comma. We're going to type array formula, open parentheses. Then we're going to do a second open parentheses. And we're going to say where the quarter is equal to the quarter dropdown, close parentheses, times. open parentheses, where the region is equal to the region dropdown. We'll close parentheses, then we'll close parentheses, so that way it closes that array formula. We'll put a comma, and then we are going to select our return range, which is our total sales. And once we press enter, we'll have the result for both of these values. And if we were to select a different value, so let's say West and Q2, if I go to Q2, West, we have that value right there. All right, so this is a little bit more complicated. What this is doing is it's looking up for a true value. For array formula, it's going to look up all the different formulas inside of that array formula, and it's going to return one value. So for the first formula, we have where the quarter is equal to B2, and B2 contains our quarter. So it's going to look up this cell, then this cell, then this cell, then this cell, and it's going to determine if it's true or false. So in this case, we have Q2. So for cell A6, this would be false, this would be false, this would be false, this would be false, this would be true, 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 false, 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 and so forth. For our second condition, we have our region is equal to B1, which is West. So similar to last time, it's going to look at our region, and it's going to say whether it's true or false. So this is false, 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 true, false, 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 true, false, 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 true, and so forth. Now, what this multiplication does is it kind of acts as an and. So it's multiplying both of these together. So this one's false, 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 true, true, false, true, false, true, false, true, true, and so forth. And what the array formula is doing is it's kind of combining all of those into one value. Now, where this one comes into play is we're only going to look up where the first time it is true. So if you know anything from math, a negative and a positive is equal to a negative and a negative is equal to a positive technically, but that's not how it is here. So the only time it's ever going to be true is if both of these values where the quarter and the region are both equal to true. Now, if we went down where false, 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 all the way until we hit Q2, that's true. And then we hit false, 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 true, false, 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 true. The first time that it is both true is where that Q2 and West intersect, and that's why it's looking up that 20,968. And that's really it. All we're doing after that is we're returning the total sales to give us the return range for whatever the total sale is, where both of those are equal to true. So now with this formula, you can have one single database and you can do a multiple lookup to find what you need to find without having to do a whole bunch of different reconfigurations or different things like that to get around that one lookup hurdle. And with every single one of these, all of the other XLOOKUP options that are optional, like missing value, match mode, search mode, those are also still possible with all of these options. So if you know how to use them with the basic XLOOKUP formula, you'll know how to use them here. Let me know if there's any other advanced XLOOKUP formulas that you want to see. Let me know if you have any questions, and like and comment for more.